big boy like Tony in the building, Abs in the building, and it's the Abs and Tony Claude Gunner TV Arsenal show. How you doing, people? How
you said how you doing, people? I mean, so I have to naturally pause with that because I want to believe I'm not people. I want to believe I'm Tony Claude.
I mean, so. I'm generalizing like the chat, innit? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Before we start, the very first guest or actual brother in the building, no other
person. Oregon Goonie in the house. I have a show with him on Friday. He will be coming. I have a special guest for him. That'll be a big one, guys, on Friday. Me and Oregon Gunner. It's not gonna be a victory lap kind of a thing, but we're gonna have words. We're gonna talk. You guys know me and Oregon Gunner. It's a real one. So any which way you want it, he can give it to you. If you want the shouting match, Oregon Gunner give it to you. If you just want, to just talk sense, give it to you. So he's that kind of guy that, is one of these podcasters that you could just really chill and be yourself around him, and you can have a proper conversation, and he's a very nice guy. So that's why I have a consistent show with him, man. Last season, it was me and Deji. Last season, it was me and you. 2 seasons ago, it was more of me and Deji, consistently. Last season, it was consistently me and you. But of course, you got onSunday to do your own thing, which I like very, very much, because I like to see people around me grow and do their thing and blossom too, because that's the blessing of doing things like this. And I'm very happy to the level you've taken your channel. You're working with different people. They respect you and you respect our hair. So yeah, it's the same thing. So, but this season, it's me and Oregon Gunner consistently. We've been doing lots of shows, and I feel comfortable working with him, and also too with you too, my brother, man. And that's why I'm here. I called for the show, and I said, "Come on, my brother, man. We have to do this one, man." I mean, not after that performance yesterday, my bro. Not after that performance yesterday, my bro. We have to talk.
That's the segue now. We're gonna just veer into now. PSV 1, Arsenal 7. Did you see that victory coming? Because I never saw that victory coming.
I thought we were gonna win, but I never saw the victory. Yeah, I saw us winning. I said it that we were gonna win.
7-1. You didn't see 7-1 coming, did you?
No, I didn't see 7-1 coming. But I felt we were gonna win. I felt we were gonna win, maybe like 1-0, 2-1, something like that. But I never saw us kind of like blitzing that team the way we did. And that's because of some certain parameters that PSV has set. I mean, this is PSV Eindhoven, yeah, they're one of the oldest teams in Europe as a whole. Yeah. I mean, they've been in this competition for nearly 70 years, to be very precise with you. Yeah, PSV, they're an old team. Yeah, man. Very old team. And to just see PSV lose at home this season. This is the first time they've been beaten at home. They've not been beaten at home this season, man. Yeah, they've lost a couple of matches, but not at home in the league. So, this win, it marks lots of landmarks, with this Arsenal win over PSV. Secondly, PSV haven't been brutalized like this, at least not in this fashion. They have never conceded more than 5 goals in the Champions League. I mean, they've not been beaten black and blue in this way. Arsenal completely blew them out. Bro, we completely messed these people up. Yeah, you can only play who is in front of you. Yeah, exactly. That's my guy.
Sorry, I don't have a problem with this, but I have a problem with people saying about PSV are poor, they should be here, they should be there, And this statement here is correct. picked. You can only play one of you. What should we play Real Madrid right now?
No, again, I would even disagree with Oregon Gunner. I mean, this shouldn't even really be about who's put in front of you. Let's keep the same energy. Yeah, many people said, "Hey, PSV is gonna beat us." I mean, a sample opinion. Let's keep the energy straight. Yeah, many people said, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, Arsenal is gonna get flattened out in this game against PSV." I'm not here, guys. I'm not twerking, or I'm not kind of like going on a victory parade or anything like that. Throw that all away. I'm not doing that. But all I'm saying is that let's keep that same kind of energy, because no one, absolutely no one, actually looked at Arsenal and said, you know what, yeah, we're going to go to PSV and going to grind out a 3-0 win, a 4-0 win, a 4-1. No one said that. People said that, oh, PSV is actually a tough team. I actually said that PSV is a tough team. Josh True said, hey, PSV, they will hurt us if we don't come prepared in that game. I heard some other people. Kerner said, that it's going to be a very tough one, that PSV have killers. Views on Sports is down here. Views on Sports wasn't, it wasn't really, my man wasn't, it wasn't buying it that we're going to go to Eindhoven. And I understand. I share the pain. No, to be very sincere.
Mute. You've got to mute.
At Newcastle, yeah? We should be bundled out from the Carabao Cup the way we did. But, I mean, we shouldn't be beaten at home by a West Ham team that have conceded 47 goals. We shouldn't be struggling against the Leicester team that have conceded 55 goals this season. I get that. I completely understand that terrain. But again, you have to look at it from another perspective now. Arsenal in the Champions League this season, that's a totally different story. I mean, Abs, you have to agree with us. At least you have to agree with me that our story in the Champions League have been somewhat different in a way. I mean, we bit Sporting Lisbon, went away from home, did what we did to Sporting Lisbon. We did beat and smash up PSG. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than that, right? I mean, yeah. PSG always consistently in the finals of the Champions League. I'm not saying
it does get bigger than that,
the finals
we're going to find out in the next round.
The finals. I can't hear you. You're mute.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
So, like, I would just say this, yeah. I mean, it's not like we didn't, we don't have some certain form of consistency in the Champions League. For instance, we did beat PSG. We went down to Sporting Lisbon. We smashed them up. We played against the German Invincibles. You knew what we did to the German Invincibles, Bayer Leverkusen. Let's don't act or pretend as if we didn't do them dirty in the Champions League. Europe per se, it's a different ball game in Europe, man. I think Arsenal is far, far, far above these teams in Europe, to be very, very sincere with you. And again, there's a downturn in European football. And even the Real Madrid we're even talking about, yeah. I mean, even Madrid, you saw what happened in the qualification stages. They dropped series of points to some teams that were never really expected. I mean, even this season in the La Liga, they're third in the La Liga table right now. They were beaten by just recently by Real Betis. They were beaten by Espanyol this season. I mean, they've been beaten by Atletico Bilbao this season, and Williams never even turned up in that matchup. So, I mean, they struggled against a Manchester City that we did beat 5-1. They struggled to win against the washed-up Manchester City. Let's not even go to Liverpool, what Liverpool did to them. They completely malhandled them. So, I mean, let's don't act as if, Real Madrid don't have their own, downturn. But again, we just have maybe a fighting chance in the Champions League. Let's see where that takes us to. Because you can't just beat PSV, yeah, in that fashion, in that manner, and then you go into the next round and then completely go and capitulate. Yeah, you could see that in a way. You could perceive that because it's Arsenal Football Club we're talking about here. We didn't do good business at all. You know, everything is wrong. But one thing I do know is that sometimes the most dangerous man is the man that has nothing to lose. I mean, at this point, do we really have anything to lose? We've gone out of the Carabao Cup disgracefully. I mean, Manchester United bundled us out of the FA Cup. I mean, we're down by nearly 13 points in the Premiership. We've lost every single hurler this season. And, uh, and I feel that makes us a little bit more dangerous going into this Champions League because maybe Mikel Arteta might just feel like, hey, you know what, yeah, this might just be the last gasp chance I might need to maybe save my job. It's very possible it could still work out at the end of the season. That it
I
could
don't
still
buy
leave
in
the
this.
football club
Why
at the
would
end
he
of the
walk
season.
out? Why would
So I
walk
mean,
out?
you can. I mean, let's just say.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Let's
me,
just
Tony?
say maybe the
Can you hear me?
players are gonna fight it
Can
out.
you hear
Let's
me?
see.
Can you hear me, Tony?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I
Oh, you
can
can.
hear you now.
Could you
Yeah,
hear me now? Could you hear me before? Could you hear me
I
now?
can hear you now.
Maybe my mic needs to be stopped. What is this about Arteta walking out? Would you walk out from a £50 million salary a year? Would you walk away? You get sacked, you get in your 50 million anyway. Listen, before we go on, yeah, big up to Rashid in the building from Arsenal Revolution. Hope you're well, my brother. Obviously, Rashid does a lot of stuff with Lee Gunner and Normski and all them man there. Big up to Rashid. Oregon says Voodoo Doll Gaming. That's one of Tony's guys, still buzzing from last night. I want to keep up with the chat today, people. So yeah, we're gonna have a conversation, but we're gonna also look for the chat as well. Okay, he's gone. Yeah, what, you didn't like me saying that? Big up Oregon. Hope you're well. Yeah, a little closer to the mic, abs. Chat on a mic, jump up on a mic. See, yeah, hopefully that's a bit better. Arsenal Revolution. What is going on with Tony, man? Is he coming back? Rashid, Arsenal Revolution says if you change formation and tactics and players, and we went out there form like that, I'll be okay. That was planned.
Yeah.
Very same. It was the same story as Nottingham and the game before. Let me just start that comment there because I want to go back to that. It's just worked this time. It worked against City and Sporting and Monaco. Tony and technology always don't get along. But let me talk for a little bit, Tony, because I want to talk about certain things about last night, and I want to just respond to some of those points that you made earlier. So the Real Madrid game is not a given, right? Because Real still need to go to Atletico, and it's only a 2-1 lead. Now, don't sleep on Atletico either. Yeah, because
let's go.
When they're ready, they might just do a Mazza in that game. So we don't know. Obviously, Real Madrid have a lot of talent, and we know what to expect from Real Madrid. But I don't think that game's a given yet. So it's not a case of like, yeah, we're playing Real Madrid next game. More than likely, but there's always a chance that we might play Atletico. Both teams, anyway, are going to be tough tests anyway.
Yeah, they're going to be tough. Yeah,
very tough. Very
they're
tough.
going to be tough.
But
I mean, in that game with Atletico, they just need only 1-0. I mean, just end that matchup 1-0. They take it down to extra time, and they are home. They have. It's a very horrid atmosphere down there, man. I mean, it's like the Tempest down there. Yeah. So, they have screaming fans. I mean, it's vociferous.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, it's going to be a very, very touchy environment for Real Madrid to get things going on. And that's always the big advantage going away from home in the first leg. In the coming up leg, you have that chance of overturning everything because you have the home support, you have your fan base behind you, and there's just that factor there that you might just literally come up with the goods, because I mean, you've gone through the worst going away from home, going to the Bernabeu, scoring a goal at the Bernabeu. I mean, if you just come back home at the Metropolitano and just go there and just give it a 1-0 win and drag it down to extra time, and you know, you have the fan base behind you. But again, Real Madrid are still definitely favourites with that one. I mean, when you have Kylian Mbappe in your team, and you know, and Vinicius Jr., I mean, it leaves you with a fighting chance, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't want to talk about that team now. I just want to talk about Arsenal in isolation right now. I want to talk about the game last night, and I talk on some players' performances last night. One thing that, and you know me, I got my critical eye on. I do my critique. We could win 100-0, but I will still have that critique eye. The only thing, that I think Arteta could have done is brought on one of those youngsters to play the last 5-10 minutes. Just give them a little run out, man. We're winning 7-1.
Give them a little run out.
Give them a little run out. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Especially that the Deji guy. He's a forward.
Deji.
Let's see what he can do, you know, running down the channels or something like that. I would have liked to see him get a little bit of minutes, maybe Cabia as well. Give them a little bit of a run out. Apart from Calafiori's goal, I thought at times defensively was a little bit sus. He's very easy. I'm gonna say a pause before I say that, to get behind. Yeah, he's very easy to get behind him.
Hey yo. Pause. Yeah.
Pause that up.
My guy.
Another thing as well that we need to talk about. Yeah, we need to address this right now. And you're a referee. I'm going to ask you the question: should Skelly have been sent off yesterday? No, Arsenal. Take your Arsenal tinted glasses off.
No, I mean, that's a red card, man. That's a red carded offense. I mean, the first one, he got away with it. You know, that was a yellow card. He didn't touch the ball. You know, took off the player. Big up to Into the Box, man. That's another great guy down there. Shout out to Views on Sports too. Into the Box. Big up to you. Oregon gonna sit in the chart. Voodoo Doll Gaming. That's the guy that does my graphics. You know, big up to him. Subscribe to his channel, Voodoo Doll Gaming too. Views on Sports. Subscribe to his channel. Into the Box. Subscribe to his channel. Great guy. Into the Box. And see, I mean, that second challenge, we were very, very lucky to have that guy, I mean, on the pitch. For me, as a referee, that's a second yellow card.
You're doing that, isn't it? This is what you're doing.
I'll send him off. And mind you, I mean, if that was Oliver, I mean, that would be a direct red card in the first in the first challenge. Let's be very sincere. If that was Michael Oliver, the first challenge would be a direct red card. So that means that we have a player who we understand, and we do know that he understands what to do. He understands how to play, but he's a little bit raw in how he plays. And maybe that's the problem why Mikel Arteta doesn't want to bring in these younger players. Maybe he understands that, hey, maybe these players are just too raw. And when everything comes crashing down, it becomes a bigger problem. Right now, we also have to put into perspective the disciplinary record right now of Miles Lewis Skelly. Skelly have gotten 2 red cards already this season already. 1 rescinded on. Yeah. Yesterday, I considered that one a red card offense. So his disciplinary record has to come into play. But again, when you check it in a broader context, you would also see that he's a young kid. I mean, we weren't even ready to thrust that guy into the league this season. It's just because of injuries. That was why that guy even came up in the first place into this team. And that's why you don't really, that's why you shouldn't really rely on youngsters. That's why you should actually just ease them into the team so that they get to understand, harmonize, and ply the trade, understanding some basic things. Mars Lewis Kelly is just too raw. You see the talent is there. You see him running up. You see him giving assists. Yeah, he's a great player. But then what happens to the other side of him? And with some players that don't have a very strong mentality to bounce back from such situations, no matter how good a player you are, those things can actually come back to actually play poker with your mentality. And it might take someone with an elite mentality to bounce back from such damaging disciplinary record. But I mean, he's handling it quite well. To me, he's handling it quite well. I mean, he's been dished out red cards, but he's bounced back. He's showed up in games. It doesn't stop him from making tackles. I mean, he's always trying to get in there. If that was Zinchenko, I mean, just leave it. That guy would just walk straight into the 18-yard box. He's gonna get a goal. Nothing would have happened. But I mean, he's giving us a fighting chance. He's throwing his legs into the tackles. It's not allowing them get away easily. I mean, that's the tapestry of his rawness. You could just see it, and I understand it. But I also understand that he's a young kid, he's a youth, he's inexperienced. This stage is actually too big for him, but we still have to harmonize and integrate him into the team. But someone totally different is Ethan Waneri. Ethan Waneri understands. I mean, he understands football. It's a generational talent. The way he's playing right now, bro, this kid might be the best playing youth right now in the whole of Europe. Take that to the bank.
Just hold on that. Just hold on that thought for one moment. Yeah? I just want to go back to Skelly. Yeah. See, this is where I think we're letting Skelly down with the lack of leadership in the team as well. So, as you know, leadership and management are two different things. Yeah. Leadership, it takes nurturing and guiding people to doing certain things and stuff. Management is just a process. Yeah, just the process of doing your KPIs, getting this done, managing your working week, managing this, managing that. But when you don't have proper leadership, then it becomes a case of, well, just let him do, let him learn. Do you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I thought from the first tackle, and I didn't see it myself, or the chat can tell me, I didn't see no calming of the, anyone saying, you know what, calm down a little bit. Yeah, Skelly, calm down, because you know what, you can put us in trouble. And the thing is, if we had went down to 10 men now, the game would have been a completely different game.
It would have. At
the time, but it would have been a completely different game. They were putting a pressure on us. I think they hit the crossbar. They were getting a lot of counter attacks against us, and the game could have shifted. Yeah, it could have shifted.
And the fast in transitions. They're very fast team in transitions. The transitions are faster. The counter attacks are deadly. I mean, they came close to scoring nearly up to two. Big up to Amy Baba in the house. I mean, my guy, my brother from Finland down here, is down here with us. Big up to Amy Baba. I mean, he's buzzing after that win yesterday, man. 100%. Buzzing after, bro, man. I mean, it's not every day. It's not every day you get a 7-1 win. I mean, away from home in the Champions League, that's a big, massive, result to go away from home and get, despite it being a big, huge record away from home in the Champions League, to go out there and score 7-1 away from home. I mean, man, the way we completely handled that game, Look at that second half. I also want you to just check something, How many times have we seen Arsenal go into the second half, come back immediately from the break, and mind you, we considered a penalty. We considered the penalty in the dying minutes of that first half, right? And then they go back. I don't know whatever Mikel Arteta told them, but I assume he hasn't been telling them that all season. I mean, the force the mentality, I mean, that was instilled in them in that second half, immediately they just started firing on all cylinders. Goals started flying from everywhere. And I'm wondering, where has this mentality been all season when you need it? Where has it been? I mean, there's lots of situations yesterday that will make you think and say, you know what, yeah, where has this been all season? Another one, Martin Odegaard. I mean, my brother, man, no one or Arsenal fan saw yesterday demolition of PSV coming. No one. I mean, no one. I mean, I said maybe 1-0, 2-1, but they just went on to surprise me, man. That was a big one. But again, one thing yesterday, yeah, Martin Odegaard, Waffle TV, man. Come on, man. I mean, we've seen a drab Martin Odegaard. His assist ratios have dwindled this season. Totally a shadow of himself from what he did last season for us. I mean, very, very instrumental to us challenging for the title on, on 2 occasions, 2 seasons ago, last season. And then this season, he got injured. And from then on, I mean, Martin Odegaard transformed into something different. But I mean, when we watched that yesterday's matchup, I mean, you just look back and say, you know what, yeah, this is the Martin Odegaard that you need in your team. Where has this Martin Odegaard been? Where has he been? And that's a bigger indictment on this manager as to why we don't have the necessary alternatives to actually just bring this kind of, behavior out of Martin Odegaard, because he totally utilized the space he was given by this PSV team. Mind you, this PSV team, I thought that maybe they would sit back a little bit and try to defend. They defended shabbily, horribly, if you ask me. They left a whole lot of spaces. I mean, Odegaard was left with acres and acres of space. And space and Martin Odegaard are 2 things you don't want to merge together. When you give this guy space, when you tell him, you know what, yeah, you ain't shit, I'll give you space, you will literally get hurt. And that's what happened to them yesterday. They gave him complete license to roam about and do whatever he wanted to do. Sometimes there were passes. I mean, look at the pass he gave to Ricardo Calafiore. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you don't give Martin Odegaard that kind of space. And again, when you look at other matches that Martin Odegaard has completely fluffed his lines this season, those games are games that they don't give you spaces. The game against Everton, no space. Martin Odegaard completely out of the picture. The game against West Ham, give him a little bit of a nudge, give him a little bit of a shove here and there, make it physical enough for him. He doesn't show up, and that's why we need alternatives as to when Martin Odegaard won't get. Maybe all these kind of teams that decide to just sit back, play a little bit in a more compact way. We need something, an alternative of some sort to kind of like unlock those defenses. I mean, from next season, man, without no Ado, I don't want to see Waneri stay on the bench. It could actually come in to replace Martin Odegaard, or we could even use 2 10s. How about that? We could use 2 10s with Waneri staying more on the left-hand side because he can play on both sides of the wing. How about using them both together? And Odegaard will mind the right-hand side because that's where he naturally likes coming from. And Waneri would come in from that left-hand side. You can play them both as your number 10. It's possible. But I mean, Mikel Arteta, does he understand how to effectively make use of what he has, the wealth of what he has in this team? Because, bro, it will be completely disgraceful if Waneri has already turned up with this kind of performances and he walks straight into the bench next season. I'm not having it. I don't know what you're having, man.
I want to go back to the Odegaard because as much as he had a decent game, he had a good game.
Mm.
There were still things that frustrated me about his game, and it's when he's like just outside the box and he's running with the ball and he wants to make that pass. He done this against who did he do it against? And they scored, like they went up. Who was it that scored against us? I can't remember the team, but a team he was trying to get into the box and he passed it. Defender got the ball and then they just went blah, 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 and then they scored against us. A couple of times he done this, like he just gave the ball away with just like some of his passing. And that's something I think he still needs to build up in his game. Look, I'm not going to say the guy didn't have a good game, but there's still things in his game that he's not 100% there yet. Yesterday he had a lot of space on the ball and he was playing a lot of part. I still think his shooting at times as well is a bit suspect as well. When he tried to shoot the first shot he tried to do, and I think he kind of nicked the guy's leg. And
Yeah. No, it hit the ground. It hit the ground. It didn't even kick the guy. Yeah. It hit the ground.
So I think Odegaard's got a long way to go in terms of like, because remember he's our captain at the end of the day. Yeah, maybe he's not one of those captains that shouts and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but some captains lead by their play, innit? And I think he needs to step up big time. If we are going to go forward in this Champions League, yeah, he has to step up majorly, especially if we're playing one of the Madrid sides, because you can't go hiding against those big clubs, bro. And you've got something to prove because they got rid of you. Remember,
I mean, it's not even about stepping up because we do know. Because when you say step up, yeah, I understand what you mean by that. But I mean, when you say step up, we know he has that skill set. We know he can do it. It's in his wheelhouse. And I showed it to you yesterday that he can do it. It's more about his consistency. Can he be able to do it against the Manchester United? Can he be able to turn up against the Real Madrid or something like that? Because we know when you look at that yesterday's match, you know it's there. It's there. He has that killer part. He's shown it before.
Where has it been in the season?
And that's where the consistency part comes in. And that's why we need him to be more consistent. Because I'm not hearing it if we say, oh, he has to step up. Maybe he doesn't really have what it takes. I know he has what it takes. But, I mean, can he be consistent with that? And the answer is, he hasn't been consistent this season. He hasn't. Now is the time. Yeah, exactly. He has to be consistent. Now is the time. Yeah, I completely agree. He hasn't been consistent. But if it's about, does he have the skill set? The answer is yes. I know he's got it. I mean, when you look at that yesterday's game, yes, he's got it. But, I mean, he hasn't been consistent with his play, and that has greatly affected us. I don't know to what extent us missing Bukayo Saka, how much damage that did to Martin Odegaard's play, because we do know that he is more comfortable playing off Bukayo Saka on the right-hand wing. Coming from the right-hand wing, their interchangeability, mostly when it comes to the passes and how they play together in harmony, integrated in a way. I think it has greatly hampered him, but his form has completely been dragged. Even when Bukayo Saka earlier this season was carrying us, his play has still been dragged. So, I mean, we bring in that excuse that Bukayo, it's because of the absence of Bukayo Saka. That's what has happened to him, and it is taking its form away. I mean, you have to look at it with the eye test and see that the season has not just really been a season. It hasn't, because there's no way we can actually condone. The way he has played and conducted himself as a captain this season. Maybe not in terms of behavior, but just like you rightfully said. Sometimes there's some captains that they don't need a strong man demeanor to actually be a captain. Sometimes it could be in your gameplay. Sometimes it could be the way you just grab the game by the scruff of its neck and try to just create magic when there's no a source of magic or sorcery around. Just conjure something up, and he hasn't done that this season. But I mean, with yesterday's game, those assists and the goals the second goal he scored, what a goal! I mean, you just have to credit him for that second goal, man.
The second goal, the one where the keeper went like that.
Oh my days, bro!
Brother, nah, you're talking about that goal was a what? Nah, man, that goal was like, what is the keeper doing?
No, not the first goal, but the second goal. Because the first goal, it was more like a tap in, right? I mean, but the second goal, the whip on that shot, it was very strong, and for him to just localize himself just around the outer part of that 18-yard box to just take that shot. That was good. I mean, just give him the credit where the credit is due. Yeah, I mean, we've bashed him all season, and I'm not here to put the man down when he's already down. If he gives a bit, and that's a different. See, guys, yeah, that's the difference with me and all these cats. Yeah, I mean, when it's time to. No, it's true. It's true, man. When it's time, when it's time to say, hey, man, you tried, you had a good game. I would give that to you, because if I was in a workplace, and I was putting in more effort in trying to get things done, and no one recognizes me, I would say, hey, man, come on, man, I'm putting more effort, and no one is giving me the kudos. I mean, why would I consistently work for you? I mean, but if I perform in a way that deserves praise, and you give me that praise, just maybe I would do something more. So if Odegaard had a good game yesterday, I don't think it's wrong for us to say he had a good game yesterday. But he needs to have consistency in his game. We all know that. That's for sure.
But anyway, moving on from Odegaard, there's someone who was my man of the match yesterday. It wasn't Odegaard. My man of the match yesterday was steamed, cooked rice. I thought he was brilliant yesterday. I was watching him and I was thinking, we got a new player or something. The runs he was making, even that offside goal he scored, even that shot where the keeper put it around the post. Declan Rice was cooking rice, yesterday. And when he's on that type of form, we just look like so much of a better team as well. I thought he was brilliant. I thought, he had the energy. He was up and down the pitch. He was taking up great positions, and he always wanted the ball as well. He weren't like hiding or anything like that. For me, he was like my man of the match. I thought he worked well with Trossard on that left, because Declan Rice kind of goes to left, doesn't he, when he's playing in that position. But I thought he when you talk about leaders now, I thought he gave a leadership performance, not in terms of like issuing people to do anything, but he gave a leadership. He was a leader on the pitch, a leader of men, and I thought he was excellent today. What do you think? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, I completely agree with you. And again, this is why I've always critiqued the decision making of this manager, throughout the season. It's not only in the tactics. It's not only in the transfer window. It's not only in the technical know-how on how to give Arsenal the advantage coming from a position, of advantage. But his outfield decisions. You take the handband here and you give it to Odegaard, someone who really isn't vocal enough, someone who really isn't physical enough. You could see Odegaard is not the most physical guy in that team, innit? It leaves something to be desired. You have other physical players who are very, very vocal enough in that team. People were perceived as leaders in that team. When Declan Rice came into that team, you could see the leadership qualities in him. He might not give you 100% in games. Is that kind of guy that would give you an average game, I guess, with the seasons he's played down here. But he's that physical kind of guy. He's that kind of guy that would talk. He's that kind of guy that would direct an orchestra. He will talk, he will speak. We have other vocal members of this team like Gabriel Magalhaes. I mean, if we're limiting it to Declan Rice, then boo-hoo. We have other team members that are quite vocal enough. How about Gabriel Magalhaes, who can talk? It can direct. Can direct players. It can arrange his defense. This season is bailed out one of the best defenders in the world in William Saliba. It's helped him out and walked him back into form. You can't say that William Saliba's form hasn't improved in 2 games now. And I watched that game against Nottingham Forest. He bailed us out in some certain positions in that game against Nottingham Forest. And yesterday again, there were some, close calls that Saliba really helped us with. But again, who walked him up to that form? It's Magalhaes, because he has actually helped him out in areas where William Saliba did need that help. And right now, Saliba is now getting back on track. And that's what you need. You need infectious players that would, that would just help the team out. It's not more about what I can do. It's more about how can I help the team and how can I boost the team's morale. And that's what players like Gabriel Magalhaes and Declan Rice serve up in that team. And oh my days, rightfully said by you, Waffle TV. Declan Rice was every goddamn where. You need that kind of player, yeah, that would just bump up forward. Run downwards, help in defensive duties, solidify our midfield. And mind you, when you have a Thomas Partey, it just releases you from that number 6 position. You can now bump forward. And mind you, in some couple of games now, he's been playing as a box-to-box kind of midfielder. So that's why you would see him in advanced positions in certain games now. And that's because we have a base in that midfield. I've seen some couple of times this season where our best midfielder, in my own opinion, is Thomas Partey, and he has always been put on the bench this season. He hasn't really started, in all the whole games or something like that. I've seen a couple of times where, Mikel Arteta have put him on the bench, and that's your best midfielder for me personally. This season, last season too, he showed up. Yeah, he has his injury concerns, but when he's there, he solidifies your midfield. And we've seen that partnership with him and Declan Rice in the middle of the park. It works better than Kai Havertz, better than Jorginho. It solidifies that midfield when you have 2 of them, because now Declan Rice has that cover in midfield. When he bumps forward, he knows that he has a strong guy, capable hand in Thomas Partey that would, ward off any kind of counter-attacks or transitions that are faster than him getting back to help protect our back 4. And that's what he did. It was everywhere. He was creating chances. It was backing our orders. He was the taller guy in the room. You would see him, even if he was 6 foot plus, you just see him towering over everyone, trying to just say something. Even in the goal celebrations, you see him down there. All these movements here and there, always in the faces of the players. Yeah, in every attack, he was always there. He was always in and about the 18-yard box, running the show. Come on, man. That's where you want to see your 100 million pounder. That's what you want to see him doing. You want to see him in and about. You want to see him help you out offensively. You want to see him track back and help you defensively and protect your back 4 when they're fast breaks or when the transitions are quite faster. And in PSV case, they have fast flying wingers. That's why they caught us unawares in some certain cases yesterday, because they would have scored us maybe more 2 goals, and they're fast, they're quick. They have players that can do that. But Rice tracked back.
What you got to say to this comment? What you got to say to big up to the Common Sense Football Show, one of the new guys on board. Hopefully we'll be doing some work with the Common Sense hopefully soon. What do you think of this comment from Common Sense? What do you think? What do you think of this comment here?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't agree with you. I mean, and this is the problem I have with podcasters, man. You know, this is erroneous. This is wrong. It's not true. PSV are second in the league table. They're 8 points. Come on, man. You don't want to do stats with me, my brother, man. They're 8 points away from Ajax of Amsterdam. Yeah, that's what they're doing right now. The second, they've considered just 29 goals this season. How can you tell me a team that just considered 29 goals this season? I mean, in the Dutch Eredivisie, they've played in Europe for nearly 70 years. Yeah, they smashed up Liverpool this season, smashed up Real Madrid this season. Haven't lost a home game. I mean, at home at Eindhoven this season, and you're telling me that that team is bogus? You're telling me that team is shabby? No, they performed poorly yesterday. I completely get that. But how about that? Maybe Arsenal was a better team. And again, a couple of days ago, many people said that, oh, PSV are going to smash them up. Then how come is the team that everyone is saying we're going to smash us up? How come is the team completely now useless? And this is what I don't like with podcasters, man. We talk through our mouths, we talk through our ears. I mean, through our scalps, bro. This guy's there's no truth in all of us, bro, including me too. I change sometimes, but let there be some certain kind of decorum. Come on, man. You cannot. Let's keep the same energy. Let's don't act as if you all didn't say that we're gonna, lose against PSV or draw. Come on, man. Don't do that. It's not fair. I do respect the guy anyway. And I've seen some of his shows. I do respect the Common Sense Football Show. I do completely. I like him. I like his person, and I like his takes too. But I mean, this is not. It's not good enough. You have to come up with, with a more better explanation as to why you think that PSV, is mid-table. They're not mid-table in the Dutch Eredivisie. They're just 8 points behind Ajax of Amsterdam. Consider just 29 goals. They defend properly. And literally, we do know that they have players that can hurt you in that team. They do have that. They do have that. So, I mean, all these things about PSV, they're such a bad team. Come on, man. That energy wasn't there. But Waffle TV, please, what was the talk? Yeah? What was the talk when you were doing the preview shows or when you were previewing PSV? No one said that PSV was easy, right?
No, I was concerned about PSV. I even predicted they were going to lose 2-1.
Bro, many people, and you're not wrong.
You haven't got a striker.
Exactly, you're not wrong in saying that. I mean, you're not wrong. But again, let's keep the same energy. You cannot just say, "Oh, PSV are a different team. They play quite well," and then in the next breath, you're saying, "Oh, they're useless." I mean, the Leicester City. Come on, man, don't do. I mean, that's the thing I hate more in podcasters. Just keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. And there's nothing wrong in you being wrong. I mean, okay, see, as you said, oh, I predicted that PSV, would even beat us 2. Yeah. That's the kind of person I respect. I'm not going to beat you. I'm not going to come up with a whip and whip you and beat you up. No, I'm not going to do that. No one in this space is going to do that. Instead, I'll respect you for saying that. So keep the same energy. Don't say, "Oh, PSV are a shocking side." No, it's not. They're a decent side. Just think about it. Arsenal was the better team yesterday. We were the better team. We controlled the game. Yeah, possession-wise, they have
some credit. We got to give Arsenal the credit that they deserve for yesterday.
You have to give us some credit.
But we got to give them the credit,
bro. You have to give us some credit on that one.
We are.
You have to give us some credit, man.
Let me big up to
you have to give us some credit,
building, man. Let me big up to one of my boys one of our boys in the building. Yeah, BBK Sports. He says,
"Hey, BBK, that's a good guy, man. BBK, come on, man. BBK. I hope to have BBK on Sunday.
Oh, you got?
I hope to have him on Sunday. Yeah, I have to. Yeah. I've not sent him the invite yet, but I need to talk to him on for a Sunday post game show. Yeah.
I need to.
Me, him, and Don C. So
I need to watch that. But BBK said only Arsenal fans aren't allowed to celebrate. And do you know what? I get what common sense is saying as well. But I also think that view is a little bit too, do you know what I'm saying? You know, because at the end of the day, yeah, we went out there, we done a job. No one was expecting us to slap up PSV like that. No one's getting overly gassed as well, because we know who we got.
Exactly.
We know who we've got in the next round. No one's getting overly gassed, but we've been starved of a performance this season. We've been starved of a great performance this season. And last night was a great performance. We got over the line, and literally, we don't even have to play like a strong team against PSV back at home now. And that's how you do it. You mess them up in the first leg home, and then you bring them home. Then you play some of your youths, or half experience, bring in some of the youths as well, and that will give us more time and space to get the other guys ready for that big eliminator with either Atletico or Real Madrid. But on the subject, and on this subject of like playing in the Champions League, what is going to happen now against Man United on Sunday? Because we need to address this.
Yeah, man. We need to, and it's only just you brought that up. It's only just you brought that up. And again, see, that's why when I was doing that watch along yesterday, I was clamoring, Arsenal, go on and score more. Many people felt that, oh, you know what? Yeah, let's take that 3-1. Let's defend. Let's keep the shores defended. I said, no, pummel them with goals. Because this is what it does for you. It makes sure, yeah, that we've qualified for the next round already. Right now, I don't see any way. Even if we use the under-16s, there's no way PSV is coming down to London, yeah, and scoring 6 goals and scoring 7 goals and then winning the tie. I don't see that happening. At worst, let's say they give us 5-goal win, yeah, and maybe within those 5 goals, we will just score maybe 1. This tie is over. It is over. There's no amount of Arsenal, oh, we're bottlers. There's no amount of bottling that would bring Arsenal to the knees for us to lose this game. This is what getting 7-1 gives to us. It gives us that chance right now to just go buck wild in that Manchester United game. They're still our rivals. They're 14th in the league table. I mean, we still need... this will show our mentality on Sunday in terms of professional pride, yeah? Because Manchester United bonded us off from the FA Cup, which is one competition that, even if we don't even get the Premiership, that was one competition that we will always, idolize, we want to win the FA Cup. If we're not winning these titles, at least the FA Cup was always the minimum, that we could get. But right now, they bond us of that competition. It's only just that it should pain them. Professionally, it should hurt them. They should be thinking of going to Old Trafford, yeah, and beating the hell out of this Manchester United side that, by the way, is the worst side in 65 years. This is the worst Manchester United side in 65 years. We have to go on and beat them up down there. Show some certain professional pride when you go to Manchester United. And we have that chance of going haywire down there. As in, we can go down there with the whole team, knowing that we could rest our players in that game, in that second leg game against PSV, because we've already qualified. That would give them the much needed rest. While Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid would be fighting. That would be a tense battle at the Metropolitano in Atletico Madrid's home. That would be a very, very big... it's going to be a goddamn war. So while they're tearing each other apart, Arsenal will be safeguarding our men for the next round. Yeah, for the next round. Probably against maybe any of the Madrid teams. No problem. Whatever they do in that derby, good and okay, no problem. But Arsenal will be coming in fresh or we're coming in without any pressure. Because to be very sincere with you, we're already out of the Premiership.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're out of the Premiership. There's no, bro. We don't have anything to lose at this point.
Mm.
Do you agree to that?
No,
We're out of everything. I mean, we're out of everything. There's nothing to lose. So why not just go buck wild on this remaining cup game that we could literally get something? And in fact, this Champions League, it's even a more bigger one because Arsenal have. I mean, we have big time ratio with difficult teams this season in the Champions League. I mean, we smashed up PSG. Don't forget that. In this European competition.
And don't tell me PSG weren't that good, and I don't want to hear none of that. PSG,
bro, but they'll be going to the quarterfinals. Bro, they will smash up the team they'll be facing next today, and they'll be going to the quarterfinals. We have to brace up. We might meet them in the semifinals. You never know.
Who PSG?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, PSG got.
They play against Liverpool. They play against Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool tonight.
Yeah, they got Liverpool tonight, and that'll be a big one. That'll be a tasty one. So, and even Liverpool can't even pick up their chest and say, oh, we'll literally beat PSG today. No, it's not going to happen. It's the Champions League. Anyone can win. I mean, we saw Plymouth bundle Liverpool out of the FA Cup. Yeah, you can say, they say flyers, no problem. But they bundled them out of the FA Cup, innit? So, I mean, any team at this point, that's why it's called, the round of 16, anything can happen. Anything, any team can beat. That's the thing here. Any team can beat any team in the round of 16. It's in Europe. Any team. I mean, that has been proven time without number with the position of Real Madrid this season in Europe. Mind you, they qualified, and through some certain kind of technicalities. Manchester City technicalities. All these other teams were not even top 4. Even Bayern Munich was not top 4. So why don't we stand a chance in having a fighting chance against these teams when we don't got them have anything to lose? And again, Waffle TV, it's only just me and you talk about this. I mean, could you just see the new lease of life, our team got when Mikel Arteta released the handbrakes yesterday? Because I feel sometimes we're just too defensive in a way, and it cares more about the structure of the team. It cares more about the backbone of the team.
What made him
bro, release the handbrake. I've done shows with you. I've done watch alongs with you. Sometimes release the handbrake. Bro, when he released the handbrakes yesterday, you could see what happened. These players, they started playing with. Bro, we didn't have a striker yesterday, and look at what we did away from home. Just imagine we had a striker yesterday, and they released the handbrakes yesterday. Bro, we're talking of 15-0 in the Champions League. Bro, no cap. We're talking of 15-0 in the champ. Just imagine we had a striker. Just imagine we had a striker yesterday. I mean, a full-fledged striker who would come into the football club and score goals. Let's say maybe a 30 goal per season striker. Imagine you present him with those chances at PSV. We're talking of 15-0. There and then away from home. Record breaking. Trust me. If Mikel Arteta could just release the handbrakes just a little bit.
I think we're being a bit too positive today, man, because the numbers have dropped. The numbers
are we positive?
Maybe we're angry gooners today. Maybe the numbers will be up to 20. It's crazy, man. It's crazy because everyone is preempting that we're losing the next round, which is fine. But come on, man. If the players think like that, then we got no chance. We got no chance of thinking that. If they think they're going into that Real Madrid game or Atletico Madrid game, thinking that we're not winning them, then there's no chance. Then there's no point of any of us crying when we go out to Madrid. Then, so that's how it is.
Exactly, man.
You got to have hope, but also in your mind, know that you made that you probably will lose, but have that hope. Have that hope. Go into there.
Have that hope. And, oh my God.
Don't tell your
Waffle TV, God bless you, man. Waffle TV, God bless you. Like this is the argument, the exact argument I had with the guys I did a show with yesterday. I mean, shout out to Don T. I mean, of course, we did the show together, and of course, Soccer's in TV. What we'll do there, sometimes it's more about a rival, kind of like a battle, of some sort. So sometimes we have to, we'll play according to a certain narrative and just make it a little bit kind of like, what the people want to see. So we just make it a battle in a way. But again, when I was having that show with TJ yesterday, with Don T, Hooks was there yesterday. I was telling these guys, you know what? Yeah, I mean, I know we're a bad team. I know we're a horrible team. I don't want the manager to, but it doesn't mean that after being PSV, yeah, with this kind of astronomical figure, and then you go to Madrid and car. I mean, you just don't. You won't fight it out at Madrid. I mean, you can't just say we're gonna lose. No. At least let them play. I mean, have that hope first. And first of all, you're an Arsenal fan. You're not a fan of public opinion. You're a fan of Arsenal Football Club. So I mean, just give it a fighting chance, innit? And it's not like this Real Madrid team is an invincible team. When it comes to the Italian teams, okay, I'm a bit skeptical when it comes to Italian teams, Inter Milan, because these guys, yeah, when they want to do a number on you, they can really hurt you. The way they defend, the way they play, how physical they are, it's a different ball game. But when you play against a team like Barcelona, Real Madrid, yeah, player for player, you can give it to them, no problems. Yeah, but they also give up a lot of spaces because they come out to play. They don't defend. And Arsenal showed against PSV, not even against PSV, that's the problem. But against Sporting Lisbon, against Bayer Leverkusen, against PSG, these are sides that believed that, they could face Arsenal, they could come out and play. And when you come out and play, you might get surprised. You never know what happened. And that's what have happened to them this season in the Champions League. If Real Madrid decide to come and play, of which they would play, they're not going to sit back at the Bernabeu. They're not going to come to the Emirates and sit. So we have a fighting chance. We can at least exploit spaces. And Martin Odegaard is key to that kind of play because he has to exploit those spaces that are going to open up.
Defensively as well against Mbappe.
Timber too, of course. Declan Rice, of course, definitely have to be in that picture too because he has to bump forward. He has to play in a box-to-box. He has to keep Thomas Partey down there in number 6 to solidify that, that defensive area. Maybe, just maybe, Timber wouldn't be on his running boots all the time because he has to maintain consistency down that right-hand side and give it to be.
But
Waneri, bro, these guys can cause problems. Oh, bro, did you see Waneri yesterday? These guys can cause problems. And again, we've totally thrown away. And that's the thing with Arsenal, yeah? We always throw away certain things. Bukayo Saka will be back for the second leg against PSV. How about that?
Are you joking?
I'm not joking, man. It's slated to come by middle of March. That's what they said.
Wow. Don't you think
they're looking at middle of March? Brazil have already said that they're bringing in Martinelli for their next internationals. So even if Arsenal haven't even fielded him, it's okay to go to Brazil. Yeah, exactly, man. He has been invited for the Brazilian international. Yeah, exactly. So, bro, those two, it will be very, very key if we bring them back and have a go. Bro, just have a go. Bro, I was glad that I was I was always into football, and I watched that 2006 run. Yeah, of course, you can bring that argument and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, we had marshals, we had legends in that team. I hear you. But even if we did have legends, there were other people who said, you know what? Yeah, we're going to get smashed up at the Bernabeu. We're going to get completely outdone at Turin. I heard all these narratives, but that was a completely different scenario when Thierry decided to show up, at the Bernabeu, and what happened. So I mean, and again, you could say, oh, they've won the the Champions League with such ease. They've won, but they did win lots of Champions League, and we did show them who was boss. In 2006. There's no way I'm comparing this team we have now with what we had in 2006. But all I'm just saying is that we have a fighting chance. Let's at least go there and fight. I'm not saying we're gonna beat Madrid or bring on Madrid. No, I'm not saying that. Let's go there and fight. Waffle TV. I mean, do you want to go to Madrid? Do you want to go to Madrid with the mentality of like, we're gonna lose? We're gonna come on, man. I mean, come on.
And if we lose, we're
going to King Kelvin 02, man. Big up.
We're going up fighting. We're fighting. We're going down with a fight. And I don't want these players to feed off the fans negatively. Fans. A lot of our fans are already saying that we're going to lose, we're going out. And do you know what? Maybe we are going out, but come on, man. Let's. I know we haven't got a striker, but do you know what? Things, miracles can happen in sports, man.
Bro. Do you think, just for 1 second, yeah? When you look at that game yesterday, did anyone look like a striker to you? Forget we have Marino there. Marino scored yesterday, but throw that fact away.
Nice goal as well.
Throw that goal away. Do we look like a team that have anything called a striker? No, but the goals were there. It's the handbrakes. The handbrake. Bro, Mikel Arteta so believes in his tactics, yeah, that he doesn't want to just release the... When you release the handbrakes, allow these players, let them express themselves. Let them play. Let them play. Immediately he released the handbrakes. Didn't you see when Calafiori was bumping for cauliflower? I mean, we have Lion Tex, yeah. He calls Calafiori cauliflower. I mean, come on, man. My guy Lion Tex, he says cauliflower. But it wasn't cauliflower, it was California love when he was scoring goal. And did you see that? I mean, it was all California love when he, actually scored that goal and gave that assist to Trossard. Bro, tell me that assist to Trossard wasn't something out of space.
Oh, wow.
That guy looks more like an attacking midfielder than a defender.
Yeah, man.
Why hasn't Mikel Arteta exploited that? And again, I have so many questions about Mikel Arteta's tactics. Yesterday, he brought in Zinchenko. Do you know where Zinchenko played in?
Don't say midfield.
He played as a midfielder yesterday. Not even as a left-sided left back. He played in the midfield.
So the
handbrake was bumping forward.
He's taken off the handbrake. Yeah.
What handbrake? Ricardo Calafiori was the one that came in to replace Kelly. You remember?
Think something's happened? Do you think this?
Do you remember that Ricardo Calafiori came in to replace Lewis Kelly?
Yes.
So who played left back when Zinchenko came in? Calafiori. It's Calafiori, but Zinchenko was in midfield. So why has Mikel Arteta been so stubborn this season when people like me and you were saying, you know what, yeah, Zinchenko was a guy that is a seasoned midfielder in his home country in Ukraine. He plays as a midfield marshal in his country. Why do you keep playing him in that left back position to produce stinkers? So Mikel Arteta is all over the place, man. He's all over the place. All over the place. And you brought in and it's playing midfield. Make that make sense. I mean, It's horrible at this point, man. So I don't know, man. But Calafiori, man,
So hold
bumping
on,
forward.
Calafiori scored from the right, yeah. How did he? I thought he was playing left back though. So how did he get?
Oh God,
I
guys
don't
in the chat here.
understand.
This is why I like this guy. Yeah, I mean, his level of critical thinking.
How
Do
about
you know what? Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, this is exactly what I said in Sackers in TV yesterday. Do you know? Do you know what bigger indictment that is? And Waffle TV, I should give it to you. You're always someone that always look at the bigger picture. That's one thing you always look at, and I respect you for that. Raheem, the Dream Sterling. He was already there in the right hand side trying to orchestrate something. And then there was a pass from Martin Odegaard. And you know what? Yeah, Ricardo Calafiori already had that pass
yeah.
in his head, ran down through to the right and scored that goal. That shows you that Raheem the Dream Sterling, he stinks. Stinks.
I don't know how this guy gets on ahead of
It's horrible.
I don't know how he gets on ahead of these guys.
Bro, people.
This is money.
Raheem Sterling is dead.
Money. This is a money thing. They have to pay him because of the money they're paying him. He has to play a certain amount of games, I think, in his contract.
Could you put? Oh my days, man! Oh my days!
That's ridiculous,
Waffle TV has already even put it on before I asked for it. It said, "Raheem, no cream, no cream, people, no cream." Bro, it doesn't get crazy than this, man. Raheem, no cream. I mean, no Diddy down here, man. But man, Raheem has got no cream, bro. I mean, to what extent do we call? I mean, if we're putting on a scale, yeah, the worst signings ever of this football club, Raheem the Dream Sterling has to be put.
He's up there. He's up there.
He's up there, man. He's up there with the likes of Squillaci, with the likes of Mustafi. Oh my God, demonic defenders like that. You know, he's up there. Seriously, he's definitely up there.
Worse than Shamak.
Marion Shamak. Oh my God, Marion Shamak. There's one other guy, Yaya Sanogo, bro. But again,
He's worse than Sanogo.
Yaya Sanogo even scored some second goals for us. Even Pepe was better, bro.
Yep.
Raheem the Dream Sterling is one of the worst, bro. I think he's even worse than Willian.
Yeah, 100%.
It has to be worse. It has to be worse than Willian. Willian still scored some second goals, some little goals like that, 1-2s like that. When he was here, he still scored 1 or 2.
Yep.
When we brought him from Chelsea,
he just he just weren't happy.
Raheem Sterling is he's dead. It's completely drab, bro. It's horrible. I mean, bro, name it anything. Why does Calafiori have to run through the left? Yeah, completely out of his imagination, his figment of imagination. Run through the left, run through down to the right to go get a pass coming from Martin Odegaard, who just left the midfield and then goes towards that right hand side to score a goal, while we have Raheem the Dream Sterling down that right to score goals.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And people are telling me that this guy is better than Kai Havertz. I mean, guys, you guys would rather give Kai Havertz strokes of the cane and live out Raheem the Dream Sterling? You guys are bugging, man. Get off my TV set, man. You guys are bugging. Come on, man. There's no way. Bro, this has to be the worst signing ever in Arsenal history.
He's up there, man.
It has to be. It has to be.
He can't even kick a ball. He can't even run or kick a ball now.
Bro, have you noticed he can't even beat his man?
No.
Bro, that is even the worst one. He can't even progress the ball. And sometimes when he holds onto the ball, he holds onto the ball stingily.
Yeah,
He's so
yeah,
stingy with the ball.
yeah. And loses it.
Sometimes when you're on and loses it. I mean, sometimes when you're with the ball, sometimes, you know you're a player under the microscope.
Mm.
Yeah? You're under the microscope. You're under pressure. Sometimes when you're with that ball, just allow it go. Allow it go. Do one or two things. Be in the action. Allow it go. Let it be free flowing. In that way, you remove the pressure. Get into a scoring position and try and get yourself a goal. Just maybe that might be the spark you need to resurrect your season. But hell no. He wants to hold on to the ball. He can't beat this man. He can't score goals. He has totally no vision. He can't drop a shoulder. He's not physical enough to push or to hustle or to bustle. He's nothing like Marino. Bro, Marino is better than him in the striker position. How about that? Marino has about 3 goals in how many games? In about five games? He's just started 3 games in a row. Bro, what are we talking about? Marino is better than Raheem the Dream Sterling. That's a legitimate signing from Mikel Arteta. What are we what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Marino is a more seasoned striker than Sterling.
We shouldn't even be playing Sterling right now. Sterling, I'm going for a youngster before I play him. And remember, Arteta's still got questions to answer for, man. Because what we saw yesterday compared to what we saw against Forest is 2 different games. So I don't know the Forest game we went out not to lose, but this game we took the handbrake off. So we're still dealing with this manager. He's like a Jekyll and Hyde figure where 1 minute he really wants it, the next minute he doesn't. So it's changing from game to game. So you might see at Old Trafford that we come out and we're not even confident and we can't kick the ball and the formation is crazy and he's doing his madness again. You might see this in the league again. So we don't know what to expect game to game, and that's the problem with this team. And as you said it before, consistency. It's not just one player. It's consistency around the whole team, around the manager as well. And that's where I think we need to kind of like wrap it up now. You got anything coming up, Tony? I know. Who's that? Is it Mark? And I'm sure you and Mark got something going on, Man United guy.
Hey, Mark, man. Yeah, I would actually invite him if it's just that he's so busy with work. Me and him have a show together, but we have to post because even on his channel, he doesn't do anything for now. He's been having a very horrible time with work, man. So busy, and he has to catch up the train, and it's just so busy. But he sent me a message yesterday, so we might do something, But again, let's see, man. But I might be going on a gal's channel this night at 11 p.m.
You're joking, man.
I don't know, but I might be going there. Yeah. So let's see if he decides to send in the link. I would go there, but I'll just likely drop a few sensible comments to him because I've been on a show with our brother Southern Guna, and he came down to the channel in the chat and was talking about, he was just kind of like hailing Mikel Arteta and just trying to wind us up and stuff like that.
But Egal's a nice guy, Egal's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy, but but there should be common sense in some certain kind of arguments, innit?
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta he's so done on his tactics that it's affecting the team. We don't have no striker, but look at what we orchestrated yesterday when he released the handbrakes and threw the old tactics all away. To be very sincere, the tactics went off the window. And it released the players, and we started playing, according to our strength. Ricardo Calafiori started bumping because that's his strength. His strength is not in defending. His strength is in bumping forward and getting us openings and getting us chances. That's why you did see an assist coming from him. That's why he had the picture to actually go down the right hand side while hoping for that true pass from Martin Odegaard, and he scored a goal.
So what is
That's
he then?
what-
What is he then? A left winger? What is he?
Bro, man,
What is
I
he
don't
then?
know, man. Bro, I don't know.
I don't
Because
know
even
what
in defense, I'm not so comfortable with him defending.
No,
I don't know, man.
he's a
I don't
centre
know.
back, but he's better attacking the ball than.
He's better attacking the ball. And that's why I would look into using him as a left centre mid.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
That position that Mikel Arteta wanted to bring Kai Havertz to play, that he failed woefully because he lacked the speed.
Yeah.
He lacked the speed. He lacked the temerity. He lacked the physical kind of nature. This guy's a complete opposite. It's physical. Yeah, he could have that. He could have that pretty boy face and model, all of that. But he's a physical monster. You could see him. He's a very athletic player. Yeah, he has long hair, but the guy can actually run. He has trickery in his legs.
His fitness is
He could score. He could shoot outside the box. I mean, yeah, he could flop as a defender. I get that. But in that left centre mid, that could be a big shot. Bro, next season we could try all this little stuff, but we need to bring in players to help us out while we experiment on some certain things in the team.
I think Calafiori might be injury prone. But listen, can we just address this question? I'm gonna have to
Can be injured.
I need to wrap up my work and everything.
Oh my days, yeah, man. I mean, it's always a blessing being on the show with you, man. 1 hour 21 minutes, and I want more. I want it to go to 2 hours.
You know what's getting
Yeah, into the box. Yeah, into the box. It says a question. It gives a question here. It says, "Do you think because Arteta has played him a lot this season, Skelly has let it all get to his head?" And he's thinking he's better than most, etc. Saying be humble and that. Bro, see, there's something in our tongue, yeah. But I'll translate to English, yeah. When elders, yeah, forfeit the right to respect themselves, the younger ones will actually disrespect them and turn to be the adults themselves. In what way would this guy respect any of all those players that have played in that left back position? What example have those guys set for him down there? It's a horrible show. Zinchenko completely misplaced his chances down there. I mean, he could look into Tierney, but Tierney's rotting down in the bench. I mean, you could talk about the other guy that's completely injured. What's his name? The tall guy, the Asian guy.
Who's that?
Takiro Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu.
That one is completely off the grid. I mean, he's just done a second surgery upon a surgery that he did in the first. Bro, it's all a tale of woes and shambles, yeah? So, I mean, when these elder players aren't respecting themselves, then the youths have to come down there and give us something to shout about. Waneri, look at him. He's a young player. But when we tried Trossard down that side, he stank up the place. When we tried Martinelli down that right-hand side, completely oozed up the place. So what are we talking about? The youths have to come up and show these elder ones how it's done. So I don't think he got to his head. He's living in a moment. He's a young guy. He's a young kid. Come on, man. I mean, a young kid is on 100 and you give him a 200 stacks. What do you expect? He's gonna show off. Come on, man. What are we doing here? And again, we do need a little bit of that cheekiness to actually get into these bigger games. You need that character to get into these bigger games. You need, these small kids to step up to this bigger cats, and not in a disrespectful manner. I understand you into the box, but in the more, you need that grit. You need that raw vocalness about you should be there. So to enable you to just, face these guys in a very non-confrontational, but exactly, but in a more confident way.
He was like, he didn't,
exactly, man. Yeah, that razzmatazz should be there about you, and so that it compensates for your inexperience in the way, So Exactly, that kind of a thing. So you could see he's a good player. Look at his assist yesterday, man. You can see he's a great player. It's just that is a little bit raw, and you can see it in how he plays. You can see it in his passion. He's a very emotive player, and but
He's very
again, let's see
physical as
what.
well. He's very.
Oh, bro, it's a physical monster. It's a physical. Bro, we have players in our hands. We have it. It's Mikel Arteta. He hasn't seen this.
He can play midfield as well, Skelly can play midfield as well.
Yeah, of course, and he will do it perfectly. That's why I'm advocating for Ricardo Calafiori to go into midfield, left centre mid. He'll cook. He'll literally cook down there, man. He'll cook this place. I watch him cook that PSV left back. He cooked. Oh. You talked about cooked rice. Oh man, this is cooked jollof rice. Oh. Nigerian jollof rice, by the way. Oh my days.
Cauliflower rice, man.
Bro.
Rice. Better for you as well.
I mean, Lion Tech would say cauliflower, but I would say there's a little bit of California love going on down there. Love. Come on, man. See, man, I'm not saying brother love or all that, nasty stuff. I'm talking about California love, man. Instead of cauliflower. What a game yesterday, man. Big ups. Shout out to our guy, Lion Tech, anyway.
Man. But listen, people, we've come to the end of the show, man. It's been great. Everyone in the building. I think there's some last few comments here.
Big up, Rory. Rory in the charts. Big up to you, man.
Rory,
see you in that game against Manchester United. That's my guy. He's my guy.
No sense works with Egal. I get a headache when Egal starts speaking. Nice guy. I can only take him in small doses. Is this Rory? Yeah, Red RD. Big up my brother.
Yeah, Rory, great guy, man. Big up to you, Rory, man.
Big up Rory. And Assemble says Skelly needs to play in the midfield where his actual strengths instead of putting square pegs in round hole. Listen, I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree with you. But this manager has made things really complicated. He overthinks, he overcomplicates things. Yesterday, he didn't. He just made it simple. He brought off Skelly because I was really worried about Skelly getting sent off, staying on the pitch, because you can see he was a liability, and he actually took him off. So I'll give him his credit due. But people, make sure you slap up the likes, people. Yeah, you listen. A lot of you have been watching me and Tony's show for probably a year and a half, 2 years now. It's time, man, to come on, man. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. Come on, guys. You don't get this balanced argument. You don't get this balanced argument everywhere. I see the garbage people watch these days, and I'm like, what are these guys talking, man? And you see them like zombies. Like, don't you want to see something balanced like this? Look at banter, how balanced he is, analyzing stuff. Yeah, I mean, my own, I don't really care about, bro. I don't care. I have a thick skin. I don't really care about this thing. Any which way they want to give it to me, I'll take it. I don't really care.
He was on fire on Sunday, though. He was on fire last Sunday. He was
right. Yeah, man. I had to let that go, man. I just had to let it go. I mean, I was pained by that loss against West Ham, man. You were quiet. Most of us did the old turkey. And again, Views on Sport was very instrumental in that stream too. It coordinated things when you went out to pray and everything. So shout out to him. Yeah, shout out to Views on Sport. Great guy. And also BBK too. BBK was on smoke on the day too. So Matty is always a guy on smoke too. So it was an interesting stream. And thanks for bringing that stream together, man. That was a good one. Once in a while, it would be nice to have such streams, So
definitely. And you know what, Man United game. That's a game we have to win on Sunday. Give us a quick prediction before we wrap up.
Bro, Man United are 14th in the league. Bro, can you believe that? I mean, everyone is taking the piss out of Arsenal not winning the title.
They've won or something.
Bro, everyone has completely turned their eyes away from presumably the biggest brand in the whole of Europe, footballing wise. Everyone has turned their eyes away. That Manchester United is actually 14th in the league. Everyone just has, talk about Arsenal, how bad we are, they don't win anything. But Man United at 14th in the league. No one is talking about it. It's like, oh, okay,
it's
we
all
know
Arsenal,
it.
innit?
I mean, but
All
when it
Arsenal.
comes to Arsenal, everyone wants to have a big mouth.
Yeah.
Everyone has a big mouth to disrespect my football club. I mean, I know we're facing, a very, very horrid time now. It's a very critical moment we're facing right now. We can't win trophies. We have a crazy manager. One that is off hinges. I mean, look at that Man United team, man. That Man United team it's horrible. Bro, 4-1. I don't want to dilly-dally. 4-1. We're going to beat them up. I think Man United, that's a shitty team. And you know what, Arsenal last scored a set-piece goal since early December.
Yep.
Mid-December period. Yeah, that was the last time we scored a set-piece goal.
How did they knock us out of the cup, man? How did they knock us out of the cup, man?
Bro, Arsenal might get their first set-piece goal against Manchester United we haven't gotten since Christmas last year. So we haven't scored a set-piece goal. Mind you, we scored 7 goals yesterday. None of them were through set-piece.
Gabriel should have scored.
Which one?
Gabriel should have scored a set-piece.
Yeah, he should have scored a set-piece yesterday. But we haven't scored a set-piece goal. Our set-piece goals has dried up. For the past 2 months, it's dried up.
You don't see the set-piece coach no more, do you? They don't show.
We don't see Jova no more, and he has a freaking mural at the at the Emirates. But but these are the fine lines and the thin margins, yeah. But again, we're facing a Manchester United side that doesn't know how to defend set pieces. Man United have conceded more set-piece goals than open play goals in the last 15 games. They're a horrible side when it comes to defending set pieces. And this is why I think that we might get our first set piece goal since December against them. Very shocking side. This is the worst Man United side in 65 seasons. We could just do a number on them. The thing there is, right now that we've seen Odegaard come out from the ashes yesterday, will Martin Odegaard come with the goods tomorrow? Will he show up? I know he has it in his hands. He can do it. Oh, Miss Melina. I don't know, guys, I'm married, but whenever I see this lady, she just melts my heart, and I'm so happy. Even if I don't get to see her all the time again on my channel, but I'm very happy because of how she helped my channel, this lady. So, many times I would have
big up, man. Yeah, big up to Miss Melina, but
big up to Miss Melina.
We're gonna have to shut this down because I need to go and break my fast in a few minutes, people.
In a few minutes, yeah. But big up to Miss Melina.
Maybe a brilliant manager and captain all aboard again. The Iceman needed at Arsenal. Jonathan David, rubbish. A brilliant playmaking sister, CV style. They can see you, yeah, at the yellow wall of Dortmund. I don't see Melina message here. There's something going on with StreamYard today. A lot of people's messages, we've not been able to see views. I've not seen his messages. I don't know what's going on, but people, make sure you slap up the likes and
slap up the likes,
when
people.
Doing this again, man. When we doing another show? Because I literally have to go. When we doing another show, my bro? Next week?
Maybe in the weekend, man. Maybe in the weekend we could. No, the weekend. Yeah. We could do something on Saturday.
Yes. Let me know. Just let me know. Because I've got. A lot of,
sure, man.
All right. Well, people, big up to yourselves. Big up to Tony, Claude, Gunner, as always. And let's get the 3 points to get this Man United and great performance last night. And let's keep going, people. Yeah. Come on, and
big up to Longhead Yeti who's in the chat. Here we go. Here we go. Subscribe to Longhead Yeti, guys. Subscribe to him. Great guy, great personality. I love this person, man. Big up to Yeti,
everyone, and we are out. Peace,
people. Peace.